So everyone who wants to know how to scale up your home chef business, this is where you need to come. You've got Chef Paul Noronha of ITC Grand Central.
Today, a lot of home chefs have become advisors, have become consultants with our company. Lot of potential. I'm just going to give you a little brief on how to scale up your business. I'm sure some of you all would be having a business, so some of you all are aspiring to have a business. Firstly, as home chefs, what is very, very important is consistency. The product that you make is very important. If you churn out a dish today and if it's not the same tomorrow, you could lose business. I mean, it's not only with home chef, it's also with any professional chef. If you are not consistent, you cannot succeed. Going forward is ensure that whatever you guys do is consistent. Next, for a home chef, what would a home chef do next? How are you going to market your product? Technology. Build right the way with technology. Home chefs is primarily very close to home. Mostly mothers. So what would you look for food? Okay, dietary. Look at their dietary preference. Very, very important. Today, home chefs, to the kind of food, that's your USP. That is your USP today. Okay, dietary food, you targeting an audience, let's say for kids. You know, today if kids going to have the kind of food that you make, the parents are happy. Because with the advent of fast food, it's becoming very difficult. A lot of kids are getting into junk food. I mean, and this is all processed food. This is where the home chef plays an important role. So if you scale up your business, you got to get the right audience, you got to get the right target. That's how you will succeed. Okay. Again, for you to scale business, you got to have a strong base. How do you scale business otherwise? If you do not have a strong base, when I say strong base, I'm talking about a strong customer base. When would you scale business? When your numbers grow up. Yeah, that is when you decide to scale your business. Otherwise, there's no point scaling business. If you feel your numbers are not growing, there's no point in scaling your business. Now tell me, few of y'all as home chefs would have an aggregator. You'll work with aggregators? Who are your aggregators? Zomato, they are all your aggregators. Okay? Today it is a day when the aggregators demand what they want. It is how best you can do working with commissions with them. If you are going to pay more commission, you are going to lose out on business. So how good and aggressive you are in terms of negotiating with them is so very important. So you got to take that, keep that in mind. All right. In the hotels, we say that do it right the first time if you want your guests coming back. Okay. Similarly, in any business, get it right the first time. When you give a parcel out to a guest, ensure that the guest is pleased, your customer is pleased. Okay, word of mouth is a very, very powerful tool. Ensure that you can sustain with that. All right. The best way to look at expanding thing is occasions like this. This is an atmosphere created for people to just walk in. A lot of people have come in with the idea of free knowledge which is being served. All right. This is a place for networking. A lot of place to network. Networking is a very, very important tool for a home chef. Network for your business. Push your business. All right. How many of y'all, when you start a business, decide to see when will I change my menu? Because what happens is, when you have the same menu running for a long time, you set into a menu fatigue. So you want to continuously keep changing your menus. Very important to keep changing menus. Because something new for your customer to eat. That is important. How you price it. Are you going to making quick profits? Are you going to price exorbitantly? That depends on your market. Is your market allowing you to do that? Then it's good. Okay, so which means you'll have to do a market survey. Check, do a dipstick over there. Just see how the market functions. All right. So that is how these are key indicators of you for one to ensure how the business will move. We have today in the industry, you have a lot of home chefs coming in to help the hotels also. I know of, there are sometimes you have guests who want to have a typical kind of, let's say a typical kind of cuisine. For example, the hotel does not have it. So what do? Get the assistance of a home chef. Okay. This is where we also tie up with them. And they benefit because they have worked with, so you have your name, given to the hotels association, and that helps you build up business. Okay, so networking is very important. What else do you think would be the key factor for scaling up business? I'm talking of scaling up business. What would be the key factor? Standard is the key. You got to get it right the same every day, the same thing. It has to be standardized. There's no rocket science. All right. So always work with people from the food industry or food business, any other business, wherein they are willing to partner with you. Look at kitty party. Look at small banqueting functions. Yeah, you start small, and then when you scale up, then you probably take a cloud kitchen. That's how it moves up. That's what scaling is all about. You start from working at home, and then you start moving up. It's all about networking. It's all about quality, and quality. That's the success. Without quality, you cannot succeed. Yeah. Your pricing also very important. I mean, I've seen some home chefs exorbitantly priced. Yeah, but then you can do that. You do that, provided it's value for money. Today's guest will look at value for money. Exorbitant packaging, it's a waste sometimes. Yeah, but you could do a good packaging which will add to a branding for yourself. Yes, within the parameter. If it's going to eat into your cost, I would recommend don't do it. Customer retention was another aspect which I thought I must touch upon, because if your guests are happy with you, they will always come back. I'll give you an example. I mean, from the hotels that we come in. I work with ITC, and we still have a lot of guests who keep coming back for a simple reason is they've always been happy. A happy guest, you make a lot of happy guests, so they'll all come back. You don't want an irate guest. Anyone who's irate will never want to come back with you again. He may not tell you, but he just won't come. So make sure that you have happy customers. Solicit feedback. Very important. If every order goes, try and solicit a feedback from your customer. This will only help you to, again, grow, because that will help you to grow. That will help you to upscale yourself. See, quality, what is quality? What is quality? It's a good question. That is the subtopic of quality. But what is quality? Quality is when you appreciate and you like something. Simple terminology. That's what quality is. If I like something and I appreciate it, that's good quality. Then I will look at the nutritive value of it. I also like to have, let's say, junk food. So I'm just giving an example. A quality junk food may taste good, but then we look at the nutritive value, all that aspect, it will be different. Okay. Quality is that element when you like it the first time. In today's, if you want to get a license to upscale your business, you got to do the FSSAI audits. Today, your institution, your cloud kitchen, or I don't know whether they're coming into homes, but at least the cloud kitchen. If you have a cloud kitchen, you got to subject yourself to FSSAI standards. And I'm glad to say that the standard that India is following today is very, very rigid, if not better than the US standards. And I'm saying it with pride that we have very robust food standard now in the country. Some people say that I'm an ISO certified cloud kitchen. That is when you have scaled up, because when you're in that level, you will say I'm an ISO certified cloud kitchen, which means an ISO certified, I'm talking about 22,000, which is food related. So which means nobody walks in, to audit you, any outsider, because you're already an audited company. So that is a big mark for you. It's a big plus. How do you retain your staff? How do you ensure? That's a very good question. In fact, today retaining staff is a big challenge, because the next person over there will offer you a little more extra, and their guy is gone. How do you retain it? You got to have systems. You think some of the old South Indian restaurants, like let's say a Sarvana Bhavan or any of these, do they have HR policies over there? They have, but they have a grounded policy. The man will keep the money, and then that's the way. But they retain their people. You will never see people leaving them. You never see that. That's a novelty, or that is what you should look for. How do you? It's a technique. We do have home chefs coming in. Okay. Now, when you come into a hotel, the hotel expects something from the home chefs. Is the manner in which you work. Okay? How confident, how knowledgeable you are. Because if a home chef comes to do a festival, you'll have a guy like Kalyan coming in because he'll be there to. Okay, he's a very knowledgeable man. He's going to do questioning, and so that is where the person coming in should be very knowledgeable and very skillful about his food. See, knowledge you can read and come, but if you don't have the skill, yeah, it goes bust. So what we look forward for actually is someone who's skillful, someone who's got a reputation in the market. Very important to have a reputation in the market, because the entire team in the kitchen would help the home chef to work. Okay, but it's the reputation, it's the attitude which is very important. Attitude is very important for us. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Chef. Thank you, first of all, for sharing all your knowledge. And I must say that I think we are lucky in Mumbai because he was in ITC Hyderabad before this.
Yes.
And then he's come to Mumbai and he's made this his home. This is originally your home as well.
It is.
So welcome back. And a little mug from UpperCrust.
Oh, that's a cup?
With a familiar face.
So sweet.
So thank you so much. Thank you, Chef.
Thank you.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
Likewise.